8.
Celtic include their new striker Andy Payton, but as expected will allow attacking midfielder Stuart Slater a few days to settle in here at Parkhead. The man dropping out is Charlie Nicholas. And there is Andy Payton, who manager Liam Brady hopes will add plenty of dash and goals to his strike force. He had injury problems at Middlesbrough, but in his last 2 seasons at Hull, Payton scored 42 goals. Dundee United are along expected lines after making an excellent start to the season, winning 3 and drawing 1 of the opening 4 games. They'll be desperate to make up for their disappointments against Celtic last season. And one man who can help is midfielder Billy McKinlay, who's fought his way back into the side after a leg break, which cost him a place in the European Championship squad. He looks set for an outstanding season. The referee is Andrew Waddell from Edinburgh. An interested spectator is Andy Roxburgh, who later on flies out to watch Scotland and Estonia. So Celtic get the match underway, and a great air of anticipation here at Parkhead with the new signings this week. And there's Payton running right through, and almost the most sensational of starts. Well, the Dundee United defence seemed rooted to the spot, and Payton went racing through, and that really would have been the dream start. He just nipped in ahead of Alan Main. Here comes Celtic again. It's Paul McStay finding Payton. He certainly get plenty of early touches. And well struck by John Collins. Well, John Collins scored 2 excellent goals against United in the opening game at Tannadice last season. It's away from Miller. Nicely stopped there by Mowbray. Now it's Mike Galloway. And Galloway came back into the team in midweek after serving a 4-match suspension. He's vowed to keep out of fresh trouble this season. That's a lovely little touch there by Payton. Now it's Joe Miller. Good play by Celtic. Jerry Crenny! Oh, that's a wonderful goal by Celtic. It was Payton to Miller. Miller's cross, and there was Crenny with the... It was a goal of real quality. The lovely touch there by Andy Payton, stepping away from his marker. Then he found Joe Miller on the right, and Miller's cross was absolutely inch perfect. A great header from Jerry Crenny, stealing in there, the glancing header, and Alan Main with no chance. Celtic 1, Dundee United 0. There was a flurry of activity over at the Celtic bench now, and there's been a change. Brian O'Neill has come on, and Darius Dovcik is the man who has gone off, and that means now that Tom Boyd has switched to the left back position. Mike Galloway has switched to the right back position. Celtic reorganising quickly, and there's Brian O'Neill, who's gone straight into the midfield role. Well, Celtic in menacing mood already in this match. Jerry Crenny has struck for Celtic. Now the free kick against Tony Mowbray, foul on Paddy Connolly. It's quickly taken by McKinlay to Van der Hoorn. Well cut out by Boyd. He just took that away from McInally. The break on here for Celtic now. They're pouring players forward. Still Boyd. A dangerous cross, and Payton was in there with David Neary. The ball goes behind, and the referee is awarding a goal kick. Well, it's a great piece of anticipation by Tom Boyd as he nipped in ahead of Jim McInally, and Payton reacted well there, but David Neary was with him. Ferguson. That ball taking a slight deflection, a difficult one for the goalkeeper, and the corner kick awarded. Tom Boyd it was who gave cover at the back post. The ball taking a slight deflection off, I think it was Mowbray, and that had Marshall in a bit of trouble. Marshall organising his defence as John O'Neill takes the corner kick. Goes it to McInally. And well held by Gordon Marshall. And still rain falling here at Parkhead, not as heavy as it was earlier in the day. certainly hasn't dampened the enthusiasm of the crowd, a noisy crowd here this afternoon. Here's John Collins now with support from Boyd. Good running by Boyd. Craney's in there again. Boyd for Celtic. With Ryan O'Neill. Boyd again. Craney coming in. He's done it again! Jerry Craney! Another header, 12 minutes gone. Celtic 2, Dundee United 0. And the United defence all over the place. Well, Jerry Craney enjoying a birthday. Again, it was terrific work by Tom Boyd all the way down the left side of the field, and really the United defence should have got that cleared, drifting on in under the crossbar. 2-0 to Celtic. Well, last season was the first since 1980-81 that Celtic were unbeaten in all 4 games against United. Connolly now trying to get United going, laid off there for McInally. That wasn't a bad effort. Duncan Ferguson, who knocked it into his path, and McInally struck it with some venom, but it was certainly well held by the Celtic goalkeeper. Billy McKinlay now for United to Van der Hoorn. Quickly closed down by Collins. Now it's Neary. McKinlay. And the free kick awarded to United. Paul McStay, the offender. And Duncan Ferguson calling for it. John Clark sends a free kick forward, easily headed away by Gillespie, returned by Neary. Duncan Ferguson, McInally, the chance on here, and that wasn't far away. Well, it was a real chance for United, and Gordon Marshall was looking on anxiously there as O'Neill's header dipped just beyond the goal. Well, John O'Neill scored 2 excellent goals in the opening match against Celtic at Tannadice last season, yet still ended up on the losing side. So O'Neill in there again, beaten by Galloway. Neary for United. Clark, McInally. McKinlay running into a bit of trouble. Paul McStay winning it well to Andy Payton. Oh, a terrific effort by Payton. He switched the ball onto his left foot, and that one certainly wasn't far away. And that brings tremendous applause from the Celtic fans. And Alan Main really got well out of goal there. That one wasn't far away. Gillespie to Galloway. Looks away from him though. It's Billy McKinlay. Duncan Ferguson getting the touch to O'Neill. Better play by United. Oh, Marshall got his hand to it there, and what a chance falling to Grant Johnson. Well, Marshall at full stretch, he could only get his fingertips to the ball. It's been a nice little touch initially through to John O'Neill. Marshall got his hand to it, and then Grant Johnson failing to cash in. Tom Boyd, long ball for Payton there to chase, but breaks now to Collins. Boyd, McStay. Celtic with plenty of players forward. Nick Celtic's way, good play by John Collins. Craney's in there again. Well, Dundee United are having a bit of a nightmare in the air. Craney again going up with Malpass, and he got the header in on goal, but not enough power this time to worry Alan Main. As we move into injury time in this first half. There's Galloway. McInally couldn't prevent it going to O'Neill, but the offside flag goes up. against Craney. So the referee checking his watch, looking out towards the linesman. Duncan Ferguson for United to Malpass. Cut out by Gillespie. And there goes the half-time whistle. So a standing ovation for the Celtic players and for Gerry Craney in particular, who opened the scoring after just 4 minutes. It was terrific play by Andy Payton, who set up Joe Miller to swing in the cross, and that was Craney with the glancing downward head after 12 minutes. Boyd whipped the cross in from the left, and Craney again reacting to make it 2-0 to Celtic. That's how it stands at half-time.
For a new way to a new Ford, phone free us on 0800 111 222.
After most meals and snacks, plaque pH can fall to levels where acid starts attacking teeth. These attacks can last for up to 2 hours, increasing the risk of tooth decay. That's when chewing can help. Because when you chew for 20 minutes after eating, the chewing action produces more of your mouth's natural defense, saliva, which helps neutralize acid within minutes. So chew Orbit or Wrigley's Extra as part of your dental routine, because chewing helps nature fight the acid attack.
If your indigestion tablets taste chalky and gritty, try new Remigel. They're soft, chewy and minty. New Remigel. They're chewy, not chalky.
Who cares enough about their film and film processing to promise you satisfaction every time or your money back? Who cares?
For today's engines, Esso second generation petrol keeps your car's heart pumping cleaner.
Strongbow. Nothing else quite hits the mark.
So it's United who start the second half as the crowd settle again. And Celtic have made a change, and Tommy Coyne has come on for Mike Galloway, who took a knock just before the interval. It means another reshuffle for Celtic. Brian O'Neill has moved to the right back position, so he's the third player occupying that role in this game. And here's Paul McStay now for Celtic. Payton getting the touch, it's cut out by Malpass. It's McInally for United. McInally again. Johnson. David Neary running into trouble. That was Payton who made the challenge, now it's Craney. Well, for an experienced defender like David Neary to get caught like that, It's not often you see it, but again he'd be caught in two minds because of the rule governing the pass back. And Craney sent it right across the face of goal, hoping to find Payton again. Stay finding Miller. We're taking on Johnson. Good play by Miller. Coyne's there. Oh, it's a marvellous save by Alan Main. Well, Tommy Coyne, the contribution by that man to Celtic in terms of goals is remarkable. And he was almost on the score sheet again, but a terrific save by Alan Main. It was excellent play by Joe Miller on the right, and a very good cross indeed. And there was Coyne with a downward header and a superb save. John O'Neill against Tom Boyd. Boyd wins it, does well. He's shown this afternoon how he can defend and attack Tom Boyd. Celtic again knocking the ball about with confidence. It's Brian O'Neill. Celtic skipper Paul McStay. McInally to Ferguson. John Collins again getting through a power of work. Wins it for Celtic. Breaks now to Joe Miller. Tommy Coyne's calling for it at the far side. Goes to Craney. Well, that wasn't a bad effort from Jerry Craney. He had to react quickly. I think Miller's intention was to loft it right across to Tommy Coyne. He was looking the far side, but Craney did well under the circumstances, and that certainly wasn't far away. Duncan Ferguson again. Cut out by Joe Miller. Straight to Malpass though. Grant Johnson. Laid off by Connolly to Malpass. Well headed away by Mowbray. Van der Hoorn pushing forward now. Van der Hoorn again. And he gets another chance at it. And Paddy Connolly was in at the near post. Well, the Celtic defence seemed to stop there. The ball looked as though it might spin out of play, and that was a definite chance for Paddy Connolly. The midway stage of the second half. Celtic leading by 2-0. United have the free kick won by Duncan Ferguson. There was a very good attendance here at Parkhead this afternoon despite the rainy day. Obviously new signings bringing out the fans, but it's United now trying to fight their way back into this game. Celtic will get it clear. And as far as Neri, Johnson. Ryan O'Neill for Celtic. The ball through to Tommy Coyne, but he was unfortunate there. He was trying to open up a gap on his marker. The ball ran away out of play for the throw-in to United. There's Mowbray. Long one for Craney. Moves off the challenge of Neri. Support now from Paul McStay. That's an excellent cross and well handled by Alan Main. Well, Tommy Coyne was racing in. Paul McStay had spotted him, tried to lay it right onto his head, and the goalkeeper did well. That's Van der Hoorn for United. John Collins again beavering in the middle of the park. The offside flag though goes up on Andy Payton. Well, he's had a quieter second half. He certainly responded very well to the challenge in the first 45 minutes. Again, it's a high ball aimed at Duncan Ferguson. The chance on now for United, and that's a good save by Gordon Marshall from Grant Johnson. A real chance for United to do something. Again, it was Duncan Ferguson getting the touch. The ball broke through to Grant Johnson, and Marshall did just enough to touch it away. He'll be pleased with that save. O'Neill, Miller, through to McStay. Duncan Ferguson's back helping in defence. Stumble though by McStay. Pass and McKinley linking up. Again, Collins is in there snapping away. Good play by Malpassar. Duncan Ferguson moves it out to Andy Payton. Good play by Payton, stepping away there from McInally, through to Tommy Coyne. Celtic can wrap it all up here. Just got away from Coyne at the last moment. Mary was chasing in with him. Powerful header there from John Clark. Celtic have it again. Mowbray to Collins. Boyd well forward. Through for Payton. Well blocked there though by Van der Hoorn. Trainee with the shot, and that was only inches away from Main's left-hand post. Well, good build-up from Celtic. Payton and Boyd were very much involved in it. It was played through there by Boyd to Payton, and then in stepped Jerry Craney. And the curl on the ball, and that wasn't far away. Celtic happy to play out time. And there goes the final whistle. So a convincing victory for Celtic, and thanks to 2 goals from Jerry Craney there. The final score here at Parkhead, Celtic 2, Dundee United 0.